What's up, you guys? As always, I am Caleb, and in today's episode, I'm going to be discussing how relationships are more than just sex. Let's roll the intro. Alright, cool. So, yesterday, or I guess it was on Sunday, I was in yoga class, and I was in the back of the room for once. I wasn't just up front, just right in my own zone. I was near the back. I was in the second to last row, and I got to see things from a different perspective. I got to see the class from a perspective that I haven't actually seen the class from. So there's this really hot girl in front of me, like tatted up, super cute, really like blonde, like she was like perfect. I was like, all right, I would do you in a heartbeat, hands down, no questions asked, pretty much. And then I got to thinking, I was like, okay, well, yeah, she's cool and all. She seems like, I mean, she looks great, but how do I know if we actually connect on a more intimate level? Because some of the best relationships that I've had have been on a more intimate level. If that intimacy isn't there and just the physical attraction is, then yeah, that's good to a certain extent. It's just how far is that going to take us? How far will that actually last in a relationship? Because yeah, I mean, sex is fun, don't get me wrong. It's just, is that something that we actually want to do? Well, like, yeah, I want to do it every single day. It's just one of those things of, is that what sustains a long-term relationship, or is it the connections, is it the bonds, is it the camaraderie that we feel when we're together, when we're best friends and we're able to have relationships afterwards? And that got me thinking. I was like, okay, so then what do I actually want in my ideal wife and or girlfriend? Because I mean, I guess it'll be girlfriend and then wife. It's just like, what do I want? What traits do I want her to have? What do I want to be able to do with her? How do I want to be able to spend time with her when we grow old? Like, do we want kids? Do we want to travel? Will she be ambitious, or will I be working? Will she be working? I was trying to figure out of what do I want in the perfect woman. Like, yeah, I say I want to have this beautiful wife, and I want her to be brunette, and I want to be able to have a kid and a dog. It's just, what do I want to be able to do with her in the process of, like, how do I want to grow with her? How do I want to evolve with her? How do I want to learn with her? How do I want to learn more aspects with her? And that was some questions that I was thinking about. I was like, so what would I all have to do? What small little actions, or what do I need to ask on these first dates? What kind of questions do I need to think of and tell, like, hey, this is where I stand, this is what I'm looking for in a relationship, this is the goal that I have. Like, I understand sex is important, and we'll have massive, crazy amounts of sex. It's just, what else will we do when we're not having sex? Because if it's just sex, it's not going to last. It's not going to be long-term. And if it's not long-term, then why go do it at all in the first place? So it's kind of like, I was trying to think, and after yoga class, I went on a walk. I went on about an hour walk or so after class. Imagine it was so after you get out of yoga class, you're usually all sweaty and hot. At least I usually am. And imagine going out, stepping outside, and just the temperature is perfect. The mood is set, like, it's just like, it's a perfect evening. The birds are chirping, the wind is rustling, the clouds are rolling in, but it's not too cold. It's just the right temperature. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go on a walk, and I'm going to figure out or question and ask some questions of, what do I want in a relationship? Who do I want to be with? Why do I want to be with her? Why don't I want to be with this other her? It's all a question that I was trying to figure out. I was like, what do I want? What do I want her to do? What do I want her to be a part of? What do I want to come home to? And I was like, well, for one, I would like to come home to, like, a dinner that's made. I would like to be able to have somebody to work out with. I would like to be able to enjoy our company in silence. I would like just to be able to stand in the silence and just witness and be present and just listen to the world around us. I would like to be there and not feel like I have to say something. I would like to just be in the stillness and the peace and the quiet and the tranquility and the equanimity with her in that present moment. And that was what got me thinking. I was like, okay, well, so if that's what I want, I have to say that up front, or I just have to be able to stay back and just realize that I don't always have to be the one that's in control of the conversation. I don't always have to be the one that's directing the conversation. I can allow for her to ask questions, and then once they ask questions, then all of a sudden it's kind of like, okay, well, now I know that I'm able to create more. I'm able to share my thoughts. I don't have to always be asking, always be poking, always be prodding, always be trying to fill the empty space. Because, like, when I'm in my home, when I'm living here, like, I have empty space all around me all the time. So it's kind of like, why do I feel the need to fill the empty space? So if I can be with her and we can just have that quiet and that peace and that tranquility with each other without us being on the phone and just being present in the moment, like that's one thing that I really want in my wife/girlfriend. Like that's one thing that I really want. And I think you have to figure out what you want if you actually want to achieve and actually accomplish what you want to accomplish. And yeah, I've written about this too. Sometimes I speak about it. I've been talking to my friends about it too, is relationships are more than just sex. And previous relationships that I've had in the past with previous girlfriends and just girls that I hook up with all the time, it's just like, I feel like it's just about the sex. There's not really a connection. There's not communication. I don't see anything other than just that one night, and I'm over it. I want something more. I want something long term. I want to be able to have somebody to come home to hear about her day. I can hear about her day, and I can tell her about my day. Like we can be connected on a more intimate level than we were able to be connected on beforehand. And that's the challenging thing is, where is that level? Where is that level of intimacy? Where is that level of camaraderie? Where is that level of just pure and utter authenticity within two individuals? And that's the type of woman that I want to be with. I want to be with someone. I want to be with her that is powerful. I want her to be able to support herself, yet still be able to come together with me. And we can have the communication, we can laugh, we can joke around like friends. It's just we get that extra step, we get that little bit more, we get more from each other, more than a friend can offer. And that's what I want. That's what I'm gonna get. It's just I had to go through that yoga class to be in the back of the room, and we were in Utkatasana. So pretty much if you imagine sitting in a chair, take the chair away and that's Utkatasana. It's just chair pose pretty much. You want to just keep your hands up and your chest back and your shoulders back, and like you just want to sit as low as you can while lifting your toes off the ground. And I was in that pose and I saw her and I was like, she looks good. She looks really, really good. And then I was just like, but I don't know her personality. I don't know what her values are, what her goals are, what her ambitions are. That's what I want to know. That's what attracts me to the woman, and her eyes and her smile, obviously, too. I just have to know exactly what I'm getting myself into, because relationships that I've had in the past have not been my first real relationship was, she didn't treat me right. She treated me terribly. I was not her priority. And then the second one, that one, I enjoyed that one a lot more because I felt like she looked up to me. She looked up to me, and then I just let it go because I wasn't ready for that type of commitment yet. And that's okay, because I had realized that through going through the process, through learning, through evolving, through learning new knowledge, through experiencing other aspects of myself and other stories from other people, I was able to grow more into the person that I was meant to be. Because every single day we're growing more and more. Like if I wouldn't have gone to yoga class and showed up a little bit late and been in the back of the classroom, I might not have ever came to this conclusion so soon. I might have still just been going around having meaningless sex that wasn't actually turning into anything. But after having my last relationship, I learned that I want more of a relationship. I want something that's long term. I don't just want those few night stands. I want to have somebody to hang out with, or at least me be able to do work while she's at least here with me. Like it has to be more than just the sex. Like it has to be. There's got to be more than just the sex. If it's just sex and you're just focusing on the sex, like yeah, sure, that's fun to a certain point. But wouldn't you rather be able to communicate, have conversations, be able to be intimate, and be able to be vulnerable and your 100% true self with her? I feel like it's a no-brainer. And I have a feeling that a lot of other people out there feel the exact same way. So if that's you and you believe that relationships are more than just sex, then, possibly consider subscribing, leaving a comment, just to let other people know that, hey, yeah, every guy goes through this. It's like, what do I really want? And I mean, some guys don't ever go through this, and that's perfectly okay. The main question is, what do you want? What traits do you want in your perfect girlfriend, in your perfect wife? Like, What do you want her to be interested in? Do you want her to be able to go camping, just drop everything, be spontaneous, be adventurous, try new things, be willingness to change, have the willingness to overcome challenges, the willingness to go towards something bigger than ourselves, the willingness to push myself to be better than I was yesterday, the willingness to accept criticism, to give out criticism, to be able to just be real, be down to earth, and have those traits of just pure authenticity and pure joy and gratitude, and just a joy of loving life. I think it'll work. Actually, I have a very, very good feeling that it'll work. Sorry I was kind of slouched back in this episode. I was not meaning for that. I guess I could have sat up a little bit more. Anyways, though, that's besides the point. I pretty much covered everything that I wanted to cover. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I know it's a little bit different. I'm still trying to just figure out the stories that I should be telling, or the stories that resonate. So I'm just still going day by day, trying to figure out what works and what doesn't work. I hope I'm getting better. I feel like I'm getting better. I feel like my confidence is growing. I feel like my communication, my storytelling is becoming better. It's a learning process. It's learning what works and what doesn't work. And I will probably do a video on that in the near future. So if you guys want to be notified for that, sorry about that pen drop, then feel free to click that subscribe button or follow me on Instagram. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys on Friday. Later.